Hi friends, how are you doing today? Really, how are ya? Welcome to episode 22 of Is It Expired? As always, here is my disclaimer. Please, please, please do not use expired makeup. There are potential consequences such as breakouts, rashes, pink eye, etc. I'm taking that risk for myself. So far, so good. But it could possibly happen, and I don't recommend other people push the limits just as far as I do. The reason I'm doing this project is because I have hoarder mentality when it comes to beauty products, and my collection has grown to about 1,000 makeup individual items, and a lot are just getting forgotten and lost in the chaos. So I've put everything into a spreadsheet, I let a random number generator pick 5 items, and I try them out for the week. I check on the texture, I check on the scent, and I check on how they perform. If any of these seem like they've gone off, I do declutter them. If not, regardless of age, I just put them right back in my collection. It is what it is. With that, I do understand my collection has gotten out of hand, so I am currently on a no-buy, and I am doing very, very well. I am actually very proud of myself. I am halfway through, and I have not made any unnecessary purchases when it comes to beauty products. I have made no purchases when it comes to makeup products. So let's see what I pulled last week, see how they performed, see what kind of looks I came up with, and then we'll just move on over to week 22. All right, let's start with something a little more bland when it comes to the amount of color that I have in my collection. This is the Morphe Brow Baby Brow Highlight. This came with some other brow products, so I kind of honestly forgot I had it. It's about 2 years old, I think. I need to note when I actually purchase things. I have a general idea, but I could be a year off for a lot of things. So keep that in mind. It's never going to be exact. I try my best. This, if you can see that, it is quite orange and darker than my natural skin tone. So I cannot use it as a highlight, too dark. I use it as an eye primer. Works fine. Not incredibly old. Hadn't even been used before I had brought it into this project. So I'm just going to put it back into its home, try to remember that I have it, utilize it more as a primer, and just go from there. And then I do have the Ben Nye lip pencil. This is in really red. I actually am at a point now where I'm finally getting to the lettering on the pencil, and that's almost gone. So it's getting there. It is. This is old. I want to say almost 13 years old. It's a teenager. However, it still works fine. It's creamy. It's not patchy. It doesn't smell funny. It performs beautifully still. So it is going to go back into my collection, even though it's going to have a learner's license soon. Yeah. We're getting there. Hopefully I can get it out of my collection before we hit that point, but it's getting up there. It is what it is. All right, let's move on to the Too Faced Banana Cream It's Bananas setting powder. I match the packaging today. This isn't nearly as old as my teenager. This is about 2 or 3 years old, and I just don't utilize it that much. I don't love it as an all-over face powder, but you know what? I do actually like it under my eyes. I find that it sets them really beautifully. I don't get super creasy, or I don't find that my makeup kind of flakes onto my under eye throughout the day when I'm wearing this. So I actually do like this just under my eyes. That I found how it works for me. So I will keep using this. It does have some dents here and there, so I have gotten some use out of it, which is lovely, and I am going to just continue to get some use and some love on this product. And then next here I have the Tarte Feisty Amazonian Clay Blush. This is just a really pretty neutral blush. I honestly could not tell you how old this is. I want to say it's 6 or 7. I do believe I got it after my couple of years at Sephora, so I think it's about 6 or 7 years old, and still performs beautifully. No patchiness, doesn't smell like anything. That would be weird, right? So I am just going to pop this right back into my collection and probably forget about it until it comes up again. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. And then last here, I do have the Suva Beauty Hydra Liner in the shade Grape Soda. These are fairly new to my collection. I believe I got these at the beginning of last year. So I think at the beginning of 2023 or at the end of 2022. I honestly can't remember, but it was like within that 6-month time span. I got a whole set of these. I think it was a Black Friday thing, so it must have been 2022. And I adore these. I had a lot of fun with these. So I'm going to move on over here. I'm going to pop a couple looks in the corner here where Kasha is. I do really enjoy these Hydra liners. They are smooth. They go on beautifully, and then they don't crack or flake away throughout the day, and that's what I really like about them. You can have some fun, you can do some designs, you can do some graphic liners with them, and it's not just going to smudge, budge, flake, whatever in your day. So I absolutely love these, and it is just going right on back into my collection. That is it for last week. Everything seems to be doing just fine, in my opinion. My skin, I'm actually just wearing a skin tint today, so I don't have a whole lot of coverage on, and my skin is actually looking fantastic lately. Spring must be finally coming. The dryness is slowly fading. I'm very happy about it, but my skin is finally cooperating to the point where I can just wear a skin tint, a little concealer, and I'm good for the day. And a whole lot of bronzer. Alright, moving on. Can't believe I've been doing this for 22 weeks. I have the attention span of a gnat, and so if I start a project, it usually gets forgotten about like a couple weeks in for like a year. Attention span of a gnat. Moving on. This is the Simpsons Revolution Treehouse of Horror Lip Mask in Kodos or Candy Apple. This one had not even been opened. I am almost actually done the other one, so I will just move on over to this one once it's complete. This one smells so good. It smells like caramel corn. I don't smell candy apple. There's no apple, but I do smell like caramel corn. It's so good. And as you can see, like, I just took a little bit out today, and that was the first time I've used it. It is so pristine looking, except for that little bit. But, oh, I definitely like this scent better than the lemon lime. And I love that I am using that one up first, because then I get to go to the one that I enjoy more. It's just enjoying those little things. Maybe that's just me. Anyway, next. Alright, this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Oh, those lip masks I got at the same time, and I think when did that collection come out? I think it came out in, what year is it? I looked. I was wrong. It did come out in 2021, which makes sense because I got those products in 2022. I did not get them like right when they launched. I did wait a few weeks, and since they came out in October, I think I got them around January, February of 2022. So yes, they are a couple years old, but they're totally fine. That one hadn't even been touched, and the other one's almost done, so we're getting there. We are making some progress. Moving on. Alright, I do have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. Sounds about right. This I got in... When did I get the e.l.f. haul? I think like mid of last year, so mid 2023. Again, quite new. This wasn't even open either. I had never used it. So I finally did get to use this today, and let me tell you, love a good fat doe foot. Also love the fact that there is a doe foot, unlike my ColourPop one where it broke off into the packaging, and then I finally, I'm almost done that concealer, so I was able to take some tweezers, and just dig in and grab it, and it disintegrated. It completely disintegrated. I have no idea what was going on with that doe foot. It was so weird. I don't think I would buy that concealer again, just due to the fact that application has been nothing but a pain in my butt since the doe foot fell off, which was the first time I used it. And then, yeah, it fell apart in the weirdest way when I was able to pull it out. This one I do like. I love that it's got some thickness to the wand here, so that maybe it won't just break off. I didn't think I was that rough with things, but here we are. So, yep. This I did enjoy today. No issues. Gave me lots of coverage. But I do like this, so I will continue to use this. This is the Shop Miss A AOA Studio, the Glitter Tacky Base. I have a couple of these. I just have a backup, I guess, as well, I should say. But these are super handy for not just glitter, not just pressed glitter, but shimmers. So I am just wearing a shimmer today, popped this on as a base, and it just gives it so much more pizzazz. A little more, you know, a little more punch, if you know what I'm saying. Really does bring out that. It really does allow the shimmers to really show their true form. So I'm a big fan of using a tacky base for shimmers and glitters, of course, but I do think it gives shimmers that little extra that they were meant to do, meant to give. How old are you? I think this is only like a year old. I do about 2 Shop Miss A hauls a year, so I'm gonna say end of 2022 for this one. Just over a year. This is the Lilac She Glam 3D Pro Face Palette. This is a dupe of one of the Huda Beauty highlight palettes. I honestly couldn't tell you which ones. I know it is one, I just don't know the name of it. I had never tried those. Don't have any of them. They always caught my attention, but I just never pulled the trigger. This I ended up seeing when I was doing that big She Glam haul 2-3 years ago, and I was like, hey, what the heck? And then I don't think I ever really touched it, which very much sounds like me. So I was excited to pull this because I don't really play with it. These are very sparkly. So the purple and the pink here, I will swatch. They're not like smooth highlights, and they're very colored. So they're a little tricky, but they're very, very pretty. Okay, there we go. So they're really, really pretty. They're just a little bit too shimmery as like a blush for me. I don't like something with that much sparkle in it. So I do kind of just use it as a topper instead, or on the eyes would be really, really nice as well, because like they are really, really stunning. I just think it's too much to be as just a blush. Too much glitter. Don't need to be a disco ball. It's not 2016 anymore. But they are stunning. I like it as a bit of a topper. I do actually have the like purple one on, and it is almost a duochrome with a pink, purple, and almost a blue tone. I don't know if you can, duochromes are tough on camera, but it does have a duo to it. And I do actually just kind of have that on as a topper, and it's not so much that it's overpowering, but if it catches the light just right, you can see that bit of a sheen. So I like it for that. It has its purpose. It's just learning how to utilize. So I do actually like this more than I expected it to. Those two, the purple and the pink, kind of... I was a little bit worried about them, I'll be honest, because I wasn't really sure how to use them. But now that I'm playing with it, you know, it comes, you get it, you figure it out. So I will just pop that back into my collection after the week and get some fun use out of it this week, I think. I hope. That's the plan. And then last for this lovely week here, this is my palette of Nomad Single Shadows. I have yet to actually purchase a pre-made palette from Nomad, but I think once I'm off my no-buy, I am going to look into that because I do adore the formula of these. Love it. Beautiful. Alright, so this is them here. This is the color I picked. It is like a neon yellow. It's called Toucan, and it's super unique in that, and I love it. So, like, it is bright, and I love it. Oh yeah, it's like neon, which for me is fun. I love fun colors, so I'm incredibly excited to keep using this. I paired this today with my Garden of Juvia's palette to give it a little more depth, and I really just stayed true to that yellow theme today. I was just having a good time. Digging it. And I am excited to keep using these again. Did I just stick my... No, I thought I stuck my finger right into one. These are new. I believe I got these at the beginning of 2023. So they are getting a ton of use because my random number generator keeps picking single shadows from this palette, and then if I have the palette out anyway, I generally will use other colors. So it's getting a lot of use, I just think it's funny because I have something like 140 single shadows and it loves these. Loves these ones. Which I'm fine with because so do I. But I just think it's hilarious. It's getting some love. That is it for week 22. That is the items that were picked. Those are what I'm going to play with. I don't think anything is old enough that I would have any, like, concerns. No, nothing this week is older than 3 years old, and I know that even, like, that age scares some people, especially with things like creams, and I have, like, lipsticks and stuff that are over 10 years old, and I still use. I am not recommending other people be that person, but I am that person. That's it. That's all. That's everything. So I am going to continue on my day. Have yourselves a wonderful day, evening, weekend journey in your life. Enjoy the little things and have a wonderful weekend. I will see you next week.